President Trump is touring the heartland tonight, currently on his way to Des Moines for a dinner with the Republican Party of Iowa. Good evening, I'm Jennifer Griswold. Mr. Trump arrived at Offutt Air Force Base ahead of his visit to a renewable energy facility in Council Bluffs. Before departing Air Force One, the president received an update on the flood recovery efforts. Right after getting off the plane, the president shook hands and signed autographs of supporters. His motorcade then made its way to Southwest Iowa Renewable Energy Ethanol plant, where the president touted year-round E15 blend gasoline. Nebraska Senator Deb Fischer was also along for the trip and tweeted her excitement, saying, quote, "This change is something I've long pushed for because it will create economic opportunities for hardworking men and women in Nebraska and across rural America." Joining President Trump today, Senator Fischer, Iowa Senator Joni Ernst, Nebraska Governor Pete Ricketts, and Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds. Senior reporter Jake Wazikowski has been in Iowa all day and watched the president's speech.
An excited crowd greets President Trump in Iowa at the Southwest Iowa Renewable Energy Ethanol plant. About 2 weeks ago, the president and EPA said they'd allow E15 to be sold throughout the summer months, which was previously restricted.
We took it from 8 months to 12 beautiful months. That's another big factor. All year long.
Nebraska and Iowa have the most ethanol production in the U.S. Ron Reedy, a retired farmer from Humboldt, Iowa, says the old rules were outdated.
I think it should have been that way always, and I think it should also be for the others, E30, E85, because you can burn E85 year-round. So the others are just as important.
The Nebraska Ethanol Board told me this year that when the president announced the restrictions were going away, that gas station owners were interested to learn most could use E15 in their current pumps. Experts say one of the many benefits for consumers is it's 5 to 10 cents a gallon cheaper than regular gas.
It's better for the engine, you've got a little bit more octane. It's better for the environment, you've got cleaner burning emissions, fewer toxic additives coming out of the tailpipe, and most exciting, it's better for the pocketbook.
Iowa's Agriculture Secretary says it's a good sign for farmers already dealing with the impact of flooding and tariffs.
What we need is certainty in our marketplace, and whether that comes through securing trade agreements, getting the passage of USMCA, expanding renewable fuels markets, those are the types of things that are very helpful.
Experts estimate that if E15 becomes a highly used blend in the U.S., they could need 2 billion more bushels of corn a year, plus E20 could be discussed soon. Reporting in Council Bluffs, Jake Wazikowski, 3 News Now.
When President Trump arrived at Offutt, he spent about 10 minutes with the crowd waiting to welcome him. President Trump signed a USA hat for a little boy. He shook hands and took pictures with many of the airmen who were there, including Staff Sergeant Whitney Montoya and April Musto. They say it was incredible to be able to take a selfie with the Commander-in-Chief.
He shook pretty much everybody's hand down the line, so that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and he almost made it known that he wanted to take the time to acknowledge everybody, like even those in the back. It was really, really awesome.
Dozens of airmen were all excited to greet President Trump. It was his first visit to this part of the country since the spring floods.